Hello, welcome back to the stream. Rise and shine, Mr. Freeman. Rise and smell the ashes. Alright, so let's get back to work on fixing well, basically rebuilding parts of the quest system from scratch because I was having issues with it. And I feel like the entire thing, well, at least the original part of it, was like flawed. Alright, so one thing that I kind of noticed is there's like a hole in this mesh here that I tried to fill in with this, but I forgot to actually color it correctly. It's supposed to be white, I think. I mean, not black. Not the opposite of white. It's supposed to be black, like a jet black, like so black that it's not even affected by lighting. So do the spatial material unshaded and pew black. Oh my goodness. Wait, is this door seriously just a stretched cube? How long has it been like that? I could have sworn I had like an actual door mesh at some point, like an actual mesh that was like built to this scale and not just a cube that was stretched out. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. All right. Oh yeah, another problem with this is that the door opens inwards. The door is going to end up phasing into the blackout thing anyways. I don't know what else to call it. I just call it blackout because it's black and it's like basically just there to obscure what's behind it. Alright, anyways, let's enter the house. Just build a house. Just get a house. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do something with the project settings. Just a temporary thing. There we go. To make it even bigger. In case you're wondering, I am doing this on a 1440p monitor. So everything's really probably going to be like kind of small, I think. I guess that's what I use as well. Ah, 1440p monitor. Sorry, I wasn't sure what you were referring to, but yeah. Yeah, it's a useful, very good resolution in my opinion. Only problem is my computer monitor is so big that I don't have room on my desk for a second one. So I have to put everything on one screen. 800, let's do like, this is just temporary, by the way. I make it so I'm changing the resolution because I'm tired of like having to stretch it out over the screen every time I test it out. But when this is like done, okay, this is probably good. When it's done, it's going to run at a very, very low resolution. The reason for that is because I want it to be as authentic to the idea of like a Nintendo 64 game as possible. Same issue. Got 2 clamp mounts on Amazon. Oh, thanks. Or are you talking about your computer monitor stand? All right. Yeah, it's a popular aesthetic, it seems like, at least recently. I'm guessing it's because all of the Gen Z and millennials who grew up on PS1 and Nintendo 64 are getting old enough to start making their own games. Including myself. Although admittedly I didn't grow up on any of those. Didn't get video games until later. I would like watch my older cousins playing games on their Nintendo 64. 44. Ah. And you're low. Man. Welcome to the chat. Got my respect, sir. Or madam, I'm not sure. So what I'm trying to do right now, just realized I'm not on my main, just subbed. Okay. Oh, cool. No Frills Gaming. So anyways, what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to get this intro sequence working. I actually deleted it like yesterday and I kind of regret it because it wasn't working. I was getting a bit frustrated. But what's supposed to happen, or what was happening, is what originally happened, that the character, like, you see the character lying in this bed, a text box appears saying, "Hey, it's time to get up. You got chores today." And then the character climbs out of bed, and then you get control of the game. It's basically kind of like, I'm going for like an Ocarina of Time sort of feel with this game. It was working at one point, but it was like really janky and I just kind of broke easily. All right, so I think the problem right now is that, well, I know for sure what the problem is, but I'm trying to diagnose an issue. What's supposed to happen is it's supposed to check the save data for whether or not a quest called Go Outside is complete or discovered or not. If it's not discovered, then it does the intro sequence, and if it is discovered, then it deletes the entire intro sequence from the scene tree. So my guess is that it's currently marked as discovered in my save data, so I'm going to go and fix that. Oh, never mind then. Hmm. Oh yeah. I consider myself a bit of a noob too, to be honest. I'm not even sure if I'm doing things in like the most effective way. But I don't think like in terms of overall programming knowledge, I don't think I'm a noob anymore. But in terms of like making games, yeah, I'm kind of a noob. It's all illusion. My project has this little issue where every time I click off and then click back into it, it re-imports a bunch of stuff, and I don't know how to fix it. It's kind of annoying, but it only takes like 5 seconds. Okay, so what's going on here? Do I have a working title yet? I do. It's actually so I'm going for like a so there's like a I have a really big ambitions, probably more realistic than probably like a kind of unrealistic, but my ambition is for this to be like a series. So the series is called Legends of Kyrothea, and Kyrothea is like the planet that it takes place on. And there's going to be like a subtitle for this particular game. And I'm not sure what it's going to be. All right. Yeah, I gotta admit, interacting with chat does like does distract me a little bit. I'm sorry for saying that. It's just kind of how I am. I get flustered and then I slow down. All right, thanks. I appreciate it. Okay, anyways. Mm, so I'm not alone in that. Call on undiscovered. Oh, I think that's the problem. What game engine do you use? Or do you not use a game engine? Well, it didn't work. So that's a thing. Godot 4.2.1. Probably a good choice. I'm stuck on 3.6. Quest go outside is undiscovered. Huh. Why isn't this working? Oh, it's probably a problem with my script. I'm using C sharp by the way because I like. Oh, is that you? Oh, cool. Welcome to the Discord, sir. I use sir a lot. Yeah, it's good to have you. If quest state is undiscovered, yeah, good choice. The only reason I'm using C# is because it's the language that I know how to that I'm familiar with. It's like yeah, I used to use it when I'm what you might call a Unity refugee, and C# is like the main programming language of that engine. So I just decided to stick with what I know. Only problem with C# is that it limits your ability to export to certain platforms. Like I'm basically locked out of exporting for web applications, so I can't put this on like a web browser or on a website and have you play it through the browser. With GDScript, I'm pretty sure you can do that. You can like export it to web browser and people can play it. I have a very archaic debug process. Godot and Blockbench. Huh. What is Blockbench? I've never heard of that. Modeling program designed for Minecraft. Okay. Oh, now that I think about it, I think I have heard of it. I just didn't know it was called Blockbench. I'm actually stumped right now. I don't understand why this isn't running. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get to this text, basically just debug stuff. I'm trying to get this debug text to appear to the console. What's supposed to happen is it's supposed to check the save data if the quest is discovered or not. And if it's undiscovered, then it activates this, which activates this and prints that text. But it's not working for some reason. And if it is not undiscovered, then it runs this delete command that just deletes this whole thing over here in the node tree. That is my approach to this thing. And I don't understand why it's not working. Think, read. How's it going? I'm going, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit frustrated with the project right now. It's not doing what I want to do. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this debug text to print to the console, but it's not printing. What's supposed to happen is this node called go outside is supposed to check the save data for if the go outside quest is discovered or not. And if it's undiscovered, which is undiscovered, then it's supposed to print doing intro sequence to the console. And I'm running it, And this text isn't showing up in the console output. Just started trying to learn how to do this yesterday. Yeah, good luck, man. It's not doing the thing. Am I mistaken? No. I really hope I'm not just stuck on this the whole stream. It's been 20 minutes. I almost feel like I shouldn't be streaming this. This is like so uneventful. I'm sorry, guys. And now this. Ah. Sometimes it does that. It like the editor freezes and I have to open it again. Oh, that's like a fan made. That's like that's a project that I abandoned. It's supposed to be a yeah, it's not worth talking about. There's like this fan series on the internet that with a character called Hui. I just started making this thing. Oh, wait. Delete, go outside. What in the world? Is it suddenly work? Is it suddenly working now that I've like closed and opened it again? That'd be something. Yeah, I should delete that. It's like just gonna, or I could just leave it and have people like ask questions about it. I mean, it's not like a super embarrassing thing. It's just kind of something that I did and abandoned and don't really want to talk about. It's not that I don't want to talk about. Are you familiar with like TC96? And if you don't, it's probably not worth talking about. Just did like this Pokemon fan thing featuring like Mewtwo. But I'm pretty now that I think about it, they probably don't want people making games based off of their stuff, so yeah, it's probably a good thing that I abandoned it. I'm guessing that I have some sort of logic error in my code. Especially with the power wheel thing. Yeah, I guess so. Quest go outside is undiscovered. What? Why is call on not undiscovered being called if go outside is undiscovered? I don't get it. This is actually making me mad. Quest go outside is undiscovered. Quest to check is quest state. If quest state is quest state undiscovered. Wait. Oh, that's the problem. The whole time. Eh? Okay, so what happened is yesterday I redid a whole bunch of stuff in this particular script. I changed it from a so one of the someone in the chat recommended that or suggested that I have like a so this script has like a bunch of signals or calls that activate. Originally it was just it just checks if it's undiscovered, discovered, or complete. But then you suggested that I add undiscovered and not undiscovered, discovered and not discovered, and complete and not complete. And I thought, yeah, that's a good idea. So I had to rewrite a bunch of stuff, and I'm guessing that well that as I was copy pasting things, I must have forgotten to change something, and that was the result. Oh, look at this. There's another one. This is why you proofread your code. That that would have inevitably caused problems later on. Probably another exact same situation. But yeah, do an intro sequence is now in the console, which means that I can move on. And it did the thing again. Luckily, Godot engine opens in a matter of seconds, so it's like a non-issue, or very, very good deal. Yes. Okay, we still got half an hour on the clock. I usually stream for about an hour. That's like my daily goal almost. Sometimes I have to skip because of like family stuff, but yeah, it's like a goal. Steady progress. All right. This is the first time that's happened so many times in one day where it like freezes the editor. Exactly. Okay, now I can actually make stuff happen, like the actual intro sequence. Okay, so first thing. Okay, so this is gonna be the character's mom telling you to get up. What exactly should she say? Hey, it's... No. I always struggle with this, like trying to figure out what a character should say. Like I know what the idea of what she should be saying. She's like telling it's a mom telling her son to get up because it's like Saturday and it's time for chores. But it's like I'm trying to imagine what the exact words would be. Maybe she should say the player's name. Hey, Raphael. That's the player's name, by the way. Or I could like do time to get up. It's set for the day and to have chores to do. In case you're wondering what you're looking at right now, this is just a Excel spreadsheet that has like all of the different like text translations in it. This is actually like a built-in Godot engine feature in. I'm not sure if it's. I have no idea if it's there in like version 4, but I know that in the version that I'm using, you can set up translations where you'll have like a text ID, and then you can set up like different languages for different columns. Like I speak English, so I do English here, and then I could like get a friend who knows another language to basically write translated versions of that text for their languages, and the game engine will automatically like apply the appropriate language based on whatever language setting that they have enabled. Pretty cool. This is all like just built in. I don't have to do any real work aside from filling out the spreadsheet and then making sure that it's exported as a crap. What did I just do? I have no idea what I just did. Okay, change name. As long as it's exported as a CSV file. And I have to make sure that it is using CSV UTF, comma delimited. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Yeah, they're useful, right? Very useful. The place I work at actually uses CSV files a lot. Probably more than they should. I think they should be using an actual database for a lot of the stuff that they do use. I primarily program it in PHP at work. I've only ever used C# in like a hobbyist setting. Oh, right. I have to actually set the text ID here. Oh, okay, a text box is showing. Forgot what the ID was. It's time to wake up. I use them for inventories and for my online stores. CSVs are databases. I guess it's not mutually exclusive because I think there's a setting in a lot of databases for them to just use CSVs. I mean, it's pretty simple data. It's just text with commas, right? Okay. It's kind of what I do, too. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I didn't actually... Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make it so that the actual player is invisible, and this fake player for the cutscene is animated, and then it shows the text on the screen. And then when the text finishes, he plays an animation where he gets up, and then he turns invisible, and then the real player is like spawned in exactly the spot where he was. That's my objective right now. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that the text box shouldn't appear right away. It should kind of be on a timer. There should be like maybe a second or two where the player, are just kind of staring at the screen. You see this character is in his bed, and then the text box appears. You know, give the character a moment to soak in what's happening. I have to check out your channel at some point. I feel like I recognize No Frills Gaming, but I'm not sure exactly. And there's definitely something familiar about like your channel name. A little bit nervous, to be honest. I mean that in a good way. Yeah, thanks. Use children. Okay, intro sequence. Make the player invisible. Make the fake player visible. Like that. When sleeping. Make the wait time like 3 seconds. Then after the text is shown, wrong script, I think. 101 sleeping wake up. By the way, if you're wondering about a good source to get like textures for like a 3D game, Screaming Brain Studios. I got a whole bunch of textures from this website. Pretty good quality, and they're specifically designed to be like retro 3D textures. And they're royalty free, public domain, Creative Commons. Very useful. I originally only used, I've been painting them on the models in Blockbench. I was originally using like a hand painted, not like hand painted like with like physical paint, but like I'd like open GIMP and then I'd make the I'd like make the texture as best I can using like random noise and grids and stuff, or like just using the mouse to draw stuff. It works, but it took a long time, and I thought, you know what, let's just let's just find some free textures, and I stumbled upon that. Actually, no, I think I didn't stumble upon it. I like watched a YouTube video, and that YouTube video ended up recommending it. Yeah, it's tedious as all hell. Anyway, exactly. All right, let's see what we got so far. Hey, Raphael, it's time to get up. It's Saturday and you have chores to do. Oh, nice. So you're probably a lot better at this than me. And the game crashed. So you've been doing it for about as long as I've been alive. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm 27. Still live with my parents. Only colorblind designer I know. Interesting. Why did the game crash? Object reference not set to instance of an object. Oh. 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 Okay, so it's technically active. What's going on right now is I'm moving the player around, but he's invisible. So I'm on the right track. Just need to keep adding stuff in. Got 10 minutes on the clock. You know what? Copy, paste. Check. And check. Yeah, that's the plan. I've been doing this thing where I try to do one actual video per month, where I try to show off the actual progress that I've made. I'm not exactly consistent, but my last few video uploads, like actual videos and not streams, they've been like 1 or 2 minutes of showing something that I've made. Oh yeah, it's kind of like me. Animation, there's disability. Oh yeah, I've definitely noticed that the view count has been like steadily climbing up. It makes me a little bit nervous, to be honest. I'm not used to people watching me. You're wondering why I'm streaming in the first place? It's more because I want people to know that I've like not given up on this, that I'm still working on it. It's kind of like a self accountability thing for myself. Because I used to not have a set schedule. Like I would just work on it when I felt like it. But the problem with that is that when you only work on something when you feel like something, then it's you don't. It's I find that you go through like bursts of inspiration and then like a long period of not doing anything. So it's like more of a disciplined thing where yeah, it's easy. Exactly. So it's like if I commit to like an hour of every day where I can, I think an hour is pretty reasonable. If I did 2 hours, it might be too much, especially at the current time that I'm streaming at. I use in my time zone, it's like I go from like 5 to 6 p.m. Yeah. My only experience with ever changing time zone is this time I went on a vacation to Mexico. It was like a 3 or 4 hour difference. I think it's the only time I've ever been in like a jet plane before. I don't get to get out of my hometown a lot. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm learning C sharp at the moment. Should I go Unity or Godot? Man, that is a loaded question. Uh, I kind of want to fanboy for Godot, but it does have its issues. It depends on what you value. With the Unity, you have a very mature engine that has like a lot of. It's been proven to like work by by like triple A's studios, I think. Not to the same degree as Unreal, but yeah, it's like a battle tested engine that is gonna do the job well. And I have encountered issues with Godot, but on the plus side, if you use Godot, you own your game, like it's yours. You don't have to. You don't like a. It'll be like it's like I use like this metaphor or alleg allegor allegory figure of speech where it's like I don't want a different company to be my game's dad. If you like think about it that way, I want to be my game's dad. Probably a weird choice of words, but beers and libre, beers and beer. But the thing is, I encountered issues with Godot even during this stream. So like what happened is the editor froze and I had to close it out and open it back up. It was fine, like it was all saved, but it happened. Then again, I have used Unity and I've had similar issues. The thing is, I haven't used Unity in a long time. I think I was still in university when I used Unity. I think it was version like 2019 that I used. Oh wow, that was like 5 years ago. Crazy. No, no, no. I used version 2019, but I used it like a year or two after it came out because the way that Unity does their releases, they have like the cutting edge version and they have like a long-term support version. That's what they did at the time that I used it. So like when the 2019 version first came out, I was using 2017 and then 2018 when 2020 came out. So I'm guessing that when it was 20, I'm guessing that I stopped using Unity in like 2021. So it's probably changed a bit since then. I can't really say whether you should or shouldn't use it. It's ultimately up to you. Like every engine does have their pros and cons. Like I'm sorry if that's a cop out answer, but that is really the truth. Sometimes the cop out is the right answer. Oh yeah, another thing. I'm pretty sure that with Godot and C Sharp, you're like a little bit more limited on what you can export to. With Unity, you get more. There are more possible export targets with Unity. Technically, you can get Godot games onto like other platforms like Xbox or PlayStation, but you can't do it yourself unless you have like a unless you know how the engine works, which I don't. I don't know how to make export targets. I just use the tools, honestly. Okay, well, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I'm gonna be quitting in like a few minutes. It's like 6 o'clock for me. Okay, let's. There's a company called W4 that does Godot ports. Yeah, I've heard of. I'm not sure if I specifically heard about that one, but yeah. Where am I from? I am from Canada. Yeah, it's all right. Canada's all right. I think Canada has a little bit too stuck up, to be honest. Like the culture. I mean, the landscape is nice, and I personally prefer the temperature here. but I think Canada takes a little bit too much pride in like being better, quote unquote, than USA. You know, some whether they are or not is kind of subjective, but it's like you see I see too many like Canadian celebrities being like, yeah, we're better than you guys. It's like, are we that much better? I think we're just kind of our own country with our own problems, and we just kind of hope that people don't look at it. Got 2 different third-person arcade games so far. Oh, oh. Okay, so I'm going to quit soon, but before I quit, I'm going to try and get this sequence working completely properly. So what's going on is the text box is finishing, and the player is just snapping up, when what should be happening is, oh, I know what's going on. Of course. I know exactly what's going on. Okay. Oh. Hey. It works. All right, I think that's probably good. Well, thank you guys for coming. I'm going to be quitting now. See you some other time. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it.